What's going on, guys? So you are in for a special treat today. This is an absolute beast of an RV, and it's really special for a lot of reasons, not just the fact that it looks like something you might see in Kuwait. That being said, there is a lot to like about a unit like this, and for me, when I heard the price of it, I was actually surprised. I thought it would be more expensive than it was. So hang tight, you're not going to want to miss this video. All right, guys, so I am here with Evan, who is the motorhome specialist here at Tarrytown RV, but you have another division for motorhomes. What's that called?
We do. It's called Motorhomes to Go by Tarrytown RV.
Okay, so it's all the same company.
Absolutely.
You can come into the same massive warehouse and look at motorhomes and travel trailers, fifth wheels, and everything at the same time.
You bet. We've got a great selection to choose from. We're here in Grand Rapids, Michigan. We've got 3 dealerships here. Tarrytown, which handles our towables, Motorhomes to Go, which does our motorized, and we've also got a classic car dealership called Grand Rapids Classics.
Oh, very cool. So they really expand out, but when you look at just the RV footprint that they have, it's everything back here for about a mile, plus this massive warehouse facility, which is really convenient, and I'm sweating about half as much as I normally would be in South Texas. That being said, it is a little warmer than I originally thought it was going to be. It is
warm. We're in the upper 80s today with a 90% heat index, so yeah, it's toasty, no doubt about it. But we've got between 40 to 50 acres of RVs and also classic cars here in Grand Rapids. We offer a great selection. We do offer delivery as well, so folks that don't necessarily want to travel to Grand Rapids, Michigan, we have delivery options as well. You don't even have to leave your couch.
And it is your own delivery company too, right? You don't outsource it to another company.
That's correct. We own the transport company as well. Years ago, we ran into an issue where we were selling more RVs for delivery than we had transport drivers in our area. So our owner invested in a transport company and fixed that problem with between 80 to 100 drivers readily available.
Wow, that is awesome. Well, guys, we're looking at this really special motorhome behind us. This thing is, I'm guessing, a Class Super C, maybe?
That's exactly right. We call this a Super C. This particular coach is unique because it's a four-wheel drive application. We don't have very many four-wheel drive RVs in our industry, and this particular one is built on a larger Freightliner truck chassis. They call it a business class chassis. This one is a crew cab, which is also unusual to us. Typically, the cabin area of Super Cs only have 2 doors. This one has 4, so it's kind of a neat vehicle.
Okay, and we're running a Cummins power plant, 350 horsepower, 1,100 pound-feet of torque, right?
That is correct, yeah.
Man, so this thing is a beast. Plus, you made reference to a feature, a four-wheel drive feature that this has that not even a lot of pickup trucks have.
That is correct. Right? This vehicle has locking differentials as well.
Both front and rear, right?
That is correct.
So that is really cool. Plus, we're riding on, what are these, 44-inch tires?
Yes.
So these are the
25, 65, 22.5s.
I don't know if you heard that, 425, 65, 22.5-inch military tires. These are the same thing that you will generally see on military vehicles that are all over the desert, all over the Middle East, all over the U.S. Anytime you see a military vehicle, it's likely to have that tire on it. That is a huge, huge tire, coupled with four-wheel drive on this thing, locking front and rear differentials, 1,100 pound-feet of torque. 350 horsepower, you know, that may not sound that impressive, but the fact is, it's the torque that really matters with something like this. How much of that power can you actually get to the ground? And with the Cummins straight 6 power plant, this thing is a beast.
Absolutely right. Horsepower in our industry is what gets people to speed, and the pound-feet of torque is what keeps them at speed, especially when you're going to haul something as well. This vehicle is capable of towing up to 20,000 pounds, which is a lot in our industry. And most of your Class A and Class C vehicles will haul anywhere from little as 5,000 pounds to as much as 10 or 15,000 pounds. So this vehicle's ability to haul 20,000 pounds is pretty unique.
Yeah, and what's special about that, because a lot of people will say, well, hell, F350 or a Ram 3500 will be able to haul that much. No, that's fifth wheel gooseneck when it comes to a pickup truck. This has a conventional hitch on the back. So this is a 20,000 pound rated, essentially travel trailer you can haul behind this thing, which is very different than hauling a fifth wheel or a gooseneck. In most cases, you don't want to haul anything larger than maybe 10,000 pounds with a pickup truck off of the conventional hitch. Even though they might be rated for higher than that, anything heavier than that can cause issues. Pulling a 10,000 pound travel trailer behind this beast, you probably won't even know it's back there.
That is a true story, yep.
Let's take a look at some of the other features that make this truck super special. All right, guys, being sponsored by a bumper manufacturer makes me always go to the bumper to kind of point out what type of bumper things have. This has a massive bumper. And when I say massive, you might look at this and say this is all for show and it really isn't going to do anything. Check this out. That right there is 3/8 inch thick steel plate. Not 1/4 inch thick, 3/8 inch thick steel plate. This bumper feels like a solid piece of steel around the front of it. Zombie apocalypse, this is what you want to be in, because I really don't know what would get in your way that you couldn't just go through. But that's very cool. Also, something that's unique about this is that you see a lot of motorhomes, a lot of travel trailers, fifth wheels, they use fiberglass sides. This is actually a steel sidewall. So the outside skin of this specific coach is going to be more resistant to just about anything, mainly because it uses a steel siding on it, which is really cool. I asked if it was aluminum or steel, and he said that it was actually steel. Another thing we noticed is there's an 80-gallon tank on that side, and there is a 50-gallon tank on this side. So between the two of them, you have 130 gallons worth of diesel fuel in this beast. This thing is absolutely ready to rock across the country, and I love it. Let's take a look at some more details about this truck. All right, guys, so as you can see, it has the nice LED light bar on the front of it. This is a huge, huge setup. It sits very high off the ground, definitely significantly higher than any pickup truck you would get into. Massive setup. Coming to the back, it's interesting because your spare is back here, and you might say, well, how do we get a spare down? Well, it actually has a hand crank winch here that lets you lower the spare. So essentially what you'll do is you'll unpin it, you'll use the crank to drop the spare down so you can take it off. But I would prefer to never change one of these tires. If I could avoid it in my lifetime, I don't think I would ever want to try to pull this tire down and actually put it on. But it's there if you need it, which is nice. There is your trailer receiver. This looks like is that a 3-inch receiver? That is a 3-inch receiver. 20,000 pound rated conventional tow in this specific beast. All LED lighting. And I'm about to open up this magical storage area here. Looks like you can hang your power cord. You can hang whatever you really need to back here in this area. Very cool. So we are going to step up inside of this Super C and see what it's all about. So from the interior, it feels a lot like your traditional high-end Class C, right? It's not a tremendous amount of room, but it's still a good amount of room. So up front, you're going to have your traditional overhang bed. This is a queen-size bed with a nice, super thick mattress up there. You have your dinette area here. This does not convert into a bed, but you do have storage underneath it. On this side, you're going to have a sofa that does convert into a bed, as well as, is that a bunk?
It is a single bunk.
Wow, so you get a single bunk above the sofa. That's the first time I've actually seen that, and I think the benefit of having such a tall profile roof is that you have the ability of doing something like that. Something else that's really cool is that this specific seat right here is actually a powered sofa. So it turns from this bench seat into a flat sofa if you even have more people. So let's kind of guesstimate how many people we could sleep in this beast. So this does not have a rear bedroom. So you have essentially a bed here for 2. You have a bed up here for 2. You have a bed here for 1. So we're at 5, 2 here, that's 7. And I think that's about it. So you can sleep 7 people in this Class C reasonably well. Again, 2, 4, 6, 7. But just imagine how safe you would feel in an RV like this going down the road. This thing is super cool. It is absolutely one of the coolest motorhomes I've ever seen. Okay, stepping back towards the back, again, you're going to notice there's no rear bedroom. So all of the sleeping arrangements up front have to make up for the fact that there's not a rear bedroom. That being said, you have a tremendous sized rear bathroom. And this is kind of a strange thing to see because you usually don't have bathrooms that are this size in a Class C. So this specific one, again, you have your porcelain foot flush toilet. You have a lot of countertop space here with really nice solid stone back. One-piece shower assembly. Nice accent lighting. Does this have 2 air conditioning systems?
It does.
So you have 2 ACs in a relatively short box. So it cools down really well because it's really hot outside right now, and the inside feels absolutely comfortable. Plus, you're going to have the AC for the truck itself. So essentially, you're going to have 3 AC units that cool this coach down.
That's correct.
Nice full-size microwave, dual burner induction cooktop, as well as a good-sized stainless steel single basin sink. Now I imagine these are going to be storage areas. Very deep storage areas. They look to be about 2 feet deep. Nice drawers on rollers. Nice slow close rollers as well. If you didn't catch that, that's just basically when you close it, it catches and kind of slowly dampens it as it goes in. More storage here. A lot of storage in this unit. This is absolutely what appears to be designed for folks who want to be off-grid, but at the same time be in a very safe, capable, secure environment. So at the beginning of this video, I mentioned that the price of this unit was actually less than I thought. My gut was telling me that this was going to be like a $650,000, $700,000 unit, or even more than that. And this is a pre-owned unit. So this is what, a
2018 coach, 2017 chassis.
Okay, 2018 coach on a 2017 chassis, so it's pretty new. How many miles are on this specific vehicle?
This has got just shy of 9,000, 8,700.
Oh wow, so this thing's pretty much brand new. Right, and what are you asking for it?
We're asking $349,990 for it.
So right under $350,000 for something that I thought was going to be in the $700,000 range. Mainly because of the chassis that you're on. That's the selling point of this specific coach. When it comes to the interior of a Class C, I'm not going to say there's anything truly special about how it's laid out, other than the fact that they're using higher end materials. Whereas you see a lot of Class Cs, they use press board, they use particle wood, things like that. I'm imagining everything in here is going to be solid wood.
That is correct. Yeah, no vinyl wrap, OSB particle board in this coach. It's all hardwoods.
Yep, everything's hardwood. It's designed to last. So even if from the interior it looks similar to a $80,000 Class C from the interior perspective, just keep in mind that the materials used here are going to be far superior and they're going to last longer. Just like I said, the slow closing drawers, things like that, those are details you're generally not going to find in lower cost RVs. So you have a relatively well laid out interior on a very extremely capable chassis with a sidewall structure and a body structure that's designed to withstand just about anything. If you were going to be in a bad circumstance in an RV and you needed to get out of it, zombie apocalypse, this would be the one that you'd want. Anyways, Evan, really appreciate the tour. This is absolutely a beautiful beast. I know we're going to take a look at a few more motorhomes. If they're as nice as this, man, I'm going to be drooling the whole way there.
Thank you for having me, having us, and our dealership here. We're glad to have you, and look forward to answering any questions.
Appreciate it. Again, I want to give a big shout out to the folks here at Tarrytown RV in Grand Rapids, Michigan, allowing me to come out here and film their units. They have so many RVs out here. I'm like a kid in a toy store. Just it's pretty amazing. Anyways, guys, if you haven't had a chance, please take a moment, subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up. We'll talk to you again very soon.